Trey Ford, new offensive coordinator for him and Jordan Maximic last year. You see those 9 wins as an Elks starting quarterback, looking for number 10.
Rankin, 2nd and 6 from the Edmonton 42. And it's Ford. How many times are we going to see this time? Steps up, escapes the pocket, gets it up near midfield. The legs of Trey Ford. And a first down for Edmonton.
Yeah, and here Trey Ford sees an opportunity. Isaac Berglund gets upfield on the rush, creates a bit of a gap. Ford uses his legs, gets outside. Nice decision as he comes towards the sideline here. Justin Rankin passes up a sort of a crackback block on Darnell.
Edmonton, and the 2nd down and 13. Throwing to the right. It is caught by Steve. First time out for Trey Ford in this game. Marched him down close enough to get a field goal in the first points of the game. Ford, Edmonton's #1 QB, getting ready to go back to work again.
Well, Trey Ford looking to climb this list. He and Nathan Rourke both opening this 2025 season as starting quarterbacks for their respective teams. See Russ Jackson and Frank Cosentino atop the list. A couple of guys who played regularly in the quarterback position throughout the 60s.
Trey Ford, his 20th start in his career, in his 4th year out of the Waterloo Warriors program. And now the undisputed #1 to start this season in this new regime in Edmonton. Pressure coming. He escapes Isaac Berglund. And he gets up several years there before making the move over to Montreal. Trey Ford off to the right. It is caught by Javon Leake. His again. It's just game 2 and trying to get something going here on the 2nd and 10. And forced out of the pocket and throwing though. And 2nd and 6 after the Leake run. He stays in the backfield. And it's thrown off to the left to Zach Mathis at the 40. And a first. Ford's got his hands full today. He's also got a full house at home, Tom, I understand.
Yeah, indeed, Rod. He's trying to build familiarity here at Commonwealth with Jordan Maximic and the new playbook. He's also doing some building at home. First time he bought a house here in Edmonton. I know he's been here for a couple of years. And he's also doing renovations, guys. It's a full house, like you said, Rod. He's got brother Terrell in there. His wife and his daughter came in for the bye week. And then, by the way, wide receiver Zach Mathis is in the home. And you got to have someone in the basement. Well, that's Arkell Smith.
To go until halftime, a half dominated by the Alouettes. Ford wants to pass. Gets it away and completes it to Stephen Dunbar. And just had an Alouette defender right in on his arm as he got rid of it. And Ford completes that one to get it inside the Montreal 35.
Yeah, nice touch on this ball for Trey Ford with pressure closing in. Drops it just over top of a defender. Dunbar lining up on the outside here. You know, interesting year in free agency as I thought Stephen Dunbar, the 1,000-yard guy, terrific receiver, great work ethic, very respected teammate, but kind of flew under the radar in a free agent class that included guys like Geno Lewis, Kenny Lawler, Dom Rhymes on the move as well.
Completion for another first down to the 20 for the Elks, and it's Curly Gittens Jr. with his first catch of the evening.
Curly Gittens Jr. You'll see Dunbar and Arkell Smith getting out in front to block. Great job by those two guys. 1-2. Creating a lane for the Wilfrid Laurier grad.
One defensive touchdown in each of the first 2 weeks. Throwing, 2nd down. It is caught. It is a first down. That one completed to Curly Gittens, his 2nd catch of this game.
And I know that's the kind of play you heard Davis Sanchez talk about at halftime. Is just consistently making those simple plays. Curly Gittens inside slot. Defense is backed off. Just a quick hitter, get the ball out quickly. Move those sticks.
Up to the 44 and a first down. Elks trying to sustain a drive and get into the end zone and get this thing closer. That is complete. That window when he was wide open and Ento closed quickly and had to pick. 3-man rush. Time for Ford. Completes it to. That's Arkell Smith. And a good opener at BC Place on offense and special teams, and gets a rough ride out of bounds there. After a first down. And that's his first of the night. First catch for Smith.
Arkell Smith is just going to motion out, motion across the formation, working out into the flat.
Gets up to the 52 and a first down. Off to the left. Throwing again to Mathis. Completes that across midfield. Rolling to his right. To throw again. Does. Deep. Right. Open. Dunbar. Stephen Dunbar with the catch. Kind of big play. That Elks offense needs a lot of right now.
Well, nice job in protection here. Get Trey Ford out on the edge. You know, and maybe something of his comfort zone. Look at the right foot. Just in bounds. 40-yard pickup down the rail for Stephen Dunbar. As you mentioned earlier, on his second stint here in Edmonton, started his career in Hamilton. Came to Edmonton for a year as a free agent, back to Hamilton for a year, and now returning to the green and gold.
Biggest offensive play for Edmonton in this game. Flushed out of the pocket, dumping it off for Mathis, and he
has had a quiet day.
Pressure on Trey Ford. Big chest. Gets into the end zone for an Edmonton touchdown. 18 yards, Trey Ford. He escaped the pocket, and that time, Montreal could not stop him.
Legal contact, Montreal number 32. Penalties decline, and just play with the touchdown.
You'll watch right about here. Joel Uguak is thinking he really is as fast as they say. Trey Ford getting around the corner in a hurry. Find the end zone. Big play sparked him. See if the Elks can continue this momentum.
So that gets it down to 16 points. They're going to see if they can get it down to 14, going for 2 here. Early fourth quarter, and Edmonton finally finds the end zone. Trey Ford, pressure coming, end zone long, nice catch. Justin Rankin. Had to make a nice grab. He was in alone, but he hangs on. And so an 8-point drive for the Alouettes. The big part of it here, the touchdown run for Trey Ford. Edmonton still down 14, but finally have something going.
For the Edmonton Elks, here we'll see the speed of Trey Ford. You know, and this is a guy who is not just fast for a quarterback. Like, Trey Ford is a guy who, if he were a receiver, running back, defensive back, whatever, would still be considered fast. A legit 4-4 guy gets around the corner and then throws that dart to Justin Rankin. Years.
From the Edmonton 37. Interesting fact.
This is only the second game of the year for Edmonton.
Completed Arkell Smith across midfield. Runs over.
Rod, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm the tiebreaker. I can't go against my producer. That is caught. That's Stephen Dunbar. Wesley Sutton there, but 6 catch for number 6. Dunbar. Down to the 33 for the Alouettes.
Stephen Dunbar, one of the bright spots for Edmonton here offensively tonight.
First down, deep look, down at the 5. Touchdown. Curly Gittens. And the coverage was right there. Hung on to the ball and just fell into the end zone.
Felt a little bit like no one was yelling ball when the ball was in the air here. You'll see Curly Gittens Jr. He is obviously overqualified for the job, but great to see him back in green and gold.
That's Ford on the move in a 2nd and 9. Coming back for it is Gittens with a touchdown. catch for Curly Gittins. And by the way, you talked about George Hopkins, your old equipment manager in Calgary. The two of them, Andrusik and Hopkins, inducted into the Alberta Sport Hall of Fame this year.
And very deservedly so. Absolute legends. Become great starters in recent years.
2nd and 10, Edmonton 47. And softer toss to Dunbar on TSN as week 3 keeps going. It's the Elks. Zach Mathis. Grabbed there by Kavion Ento, and a first down for Edmonton, 2:44 to go.
Yeah, uphill battle down the stretch here for the Elks, but if they're going to go down, they're going to go down swinging. Just battling away here, Montreal. Can be a little bit more conservative, obviously, given the circumstances here.
Blitz coming. Dubois couldn't get him. Takes a long touchdown. Keon Julian Grant. 52 yards. Another big TD toss by Trey Ford. As Edmonton is not going quietly.
Just as I suggested that Montreal could be a little bit less aggressive, their free safeties at the line of scrimmage on the blitz. Marc-Antoine Dubois coming off the left edge. He almost has a shot at Trey Ford, but meanwhile on the back end, with no Dubois, the Elks and Keon Julian Grant are able to go over the top.
From the 43. And that is caught. Thrown into a crowd. And Gittins does come up with it. 18 seconds to go.